What's up, guys? Nate Petrosky from Narrowway Homestead. It's been a minute since I made a video. Now I gotta update you guys on some cool stuff because I've been busy. Made a couple quality of life changes. Got some new furniture. All my old outdoor furniture has been stuff that, I got I got repurposed from my contractor. But I'm not wild about outdoor furniture. There's always cushions to do something with and whatnot. But this is some kind of rocking bench. It's pretty cool. Got a fold down cup thing. And while I was at it, the deck got stained. That's needed stain for a while. I just like the treated wood to dry out first. There's a lot more coming in the video besides this, but anyway, this is not really a sponsor. I do have some kind of affiliate link at natepetroskyofficial.com. I don't even know my own website. I wish I had known this stuff existed. Friend of mine makes it. Wish I knew it existed back when I was a contractor. It's just a timber oil, soaks into the wood, really deep into the wood, and just helps protect it. I've been putting it on all my stuff, from the outhouse to everything else. But if you're considering a stain, it's not super cheap. You can get it through my affiliate link, or you can check it out on Amazon. And I don't really care whether I make anything or not. It's just, it's an awesome product. I don't really do affiliate only programs anymore, but I've been using that stuff for years, and I'm just happy with it. Got one of those cool benches for the outdoor kitchen too. Something else I've got going on, or have to get going on. I was really hoping my garage build was going to be started, but it's not. Well, this isn't that crazy app, so those things can exist in these videos. I've got power stations and a sub panel, and these allow my living quarters to run off of that. It's all fairly complicated, not the point of this video. I've already made videos about all that. What I need to do is build a wall right here. This filing cabinet needs to go up to a garage, which doesn't exist yet, so it's just gonna have to go somewhere else temporarily, probably in my carport. And I need to make this to be a heated room and pull heat from the wood stove. And I've just got insulation plopped everywhere. Everything's just kind of crazy. That's something that has to be done before winter. So I'm pre-planning and thinking on this project. I've also got an idea for a project that I'm not sure I'm going to get to, but I really, really want to. The front of the living quarters, this is really the storage side. I was looking at buying catios. They're all expensive and they look to be complete junk. So I think I might have to build my own, which is going to take a bunch of time and still be expensive. But I kind of want just like an outdoor catio that's just here. They can hang out, they can eat their food. I can leave their food out and the ducks won't get to it, as we'll keep like raccoons from just like obsessively trying to dig into it, anything like that. And I kind of want to give them access underneath the building into the crawl space. I don't think I have any rodents under there, but I'm sure I do, because if the cats can't get there, I have rodents there. So yeah, that's kind of a, if I can get to it, project. I'd love to do that. It'd be fun. It'd be fun. Just give them somewhere to hang around and play when it's like not that fun out here. As doing pretty good. He's been having some goopy eyes, so I've been giving him some whatever that over the counter antibacterial stuff is. I don't remember what it's called. And the other thing, he's been getting these swollen. That one's not so bad. This is been getting these swollen spots called hydrometas. I don't know how to pronounce it. You guys know what I'm talking about, possibly. Happens in larger dogs. Happens because he lays on hard surfaces, and all that weight just kind of makes, whoa, that's a funny way to lay down. Anyway, so that's something. It's really not anything major. I've been keeping an eye on that. He's had this bed for forever. Got him 2 new beds. Just trying to give him places to lay, but most of the time he just chooses to lay where he wants, and it's on a hard surface. So I'll keep an eye on him. Some people talk about getting him drained. Here, you want to lay on that? Okay. Get off of it. Now get off of it first. Here. You can lay on it. I always had it up so it was out of the way. You don't want to lay on it. People talk about warm compresses. People talk about getting them drained. People talk about forcing them to be in comfortable areas and not allow them at all to have access to a hard surface. Well, he's a livestock guardian dog. Like, he has access to hard surfaces. I can't do anything about it. Think he'll be fine now. Playing with stuff. And then we got some duck updates. I'm gonna give you guys a preview because you guys are the ones watching the long format YouTube videos. Eventually I'll come out with some shorter form content on this. This is small business made. This is not a sponsorship deal. I paid full retail price for this. That was not cheap. And Jen and I just put this together. The ducks are going to be spending the first night in it tonight. So this is a chicken tractor, and ducks don't really need a tractor. They're fine free ranging, especially with Az helping keep them safe. And I'm not moving the thing like, I don't know, probably 8 times a day or something that I would need to actually allow them to get the bugs and food they need. But I got tired of cleaning up, and Jen does a lot of it too, cleaning up the duck coop, like all the waste they leave. I've had ducks for a couple years now, somewhere in the neighborhood between 6 to 12. Well, once there's like 26, 24, 20 ducks in there, everything changed, and it just got way nastier. Put sand down. It was kind of easier for a while, but now there's just too much. The sand doesn't even drain anymore. And it's on a slope, and I kind of thought maybe I'd put down rubber mats and pressure wash it regularly, and I don't know. So a mobile coop, essentially, and I'll leave it in a place for maybe a month at a time. It might make great garden plots as they mess around and screw up all the vegetation, and they're not quite like chickens where they won't dig and burrow into the mud a lot, but they will obviously make it a bit of a mess. So it should make an easier garden spot. I have debated getting chickens for the sole purpose of digging up an area for a garden, but tillers exist too, so I can do that as well. And I prefer duck eggs and all that, and duck meat actually too. So I'll give you guys a brief tour. There will be a more detailed video eventually. I just want to have it for a little bit longer before I do all that, but obviously it's got wheels on the back. One of the cool things about this one over some other ones I've seen, and one I've even built, is that when you pull up on this bar in the center, it rotates this, pulls the cable, and forces the wheel down into the ground, which causes the back end, let me hold this real still, the back end to lift up in the air and then roll. Now, I immediately am thinking that I probably would not use this if I did not have great predator control. Obviously stuff can burrow underneath of there. My land is not all that flat. It's pretty rolling, so there could be spots where something could sneak in there. This is really sweet, but up here, this is just tarp, and there is no wiring. There's no wiring or anything, so you could get a raccoon that crawls up here and starts messing here, and you get right in. But it's nice. It's made of aluminum. It's lightweight. These are spots for weight. There's roosting spots in here, and this is actually a really nice tarp. It's quite rubberized. It looks, I don't know, I feel like it probably looks cheap. It's not. It feels really good. Roosting areas. Got a spot for chickens to lay. I bet ducks will use these nesting boxes too. They lay eggs in there. They'll roll underneath, and on the back side you can collect them without having to crawl in here and get all tangled up and all this nonsense. But this gives ducks a place off the ground. There's spots here to roll down a tarp. That's probably, what is that, 3 feet, 4 feet? It's got to be 4 feet. 4 feet that can roll down, and that can roll down. So in the wintertime, they will have a corner to keep them protected from winds, which is exactly what I had in the other duck coop, and they were all fine. So I wish this thing was a little bit taller. Didn't really pay total attention to the dimensions, but you know, it wouldn't have to be that much taller to not be a pain, but I'll duck under it. It'll be fine. Whatever. I'll give you guys an update how this thing works and give you a full, more detailed video review. Again, not sponsored, but since it's a small business, if I like it, I'm going to let people know I like it. And they sell a lot of those things for $500 to $800 probably. Like if you go to some of these, I don't know, Temu and some of these other websites, I can't imagine they're anything remotely usable, honestly. Or at least not going to hold up. They're not going to be nice. This thing was, I think it was just over 4,000. Then I added things like the nesting boxes and stuff, which added more. So I'll give you guys an update on that. The other thing that's been going on, obviously I got this other homestead and property. Will has been out of town for about a week or so doing something cool up in New York City. I'm sure he's feeling real out of place. I need to get a dumpster there, but I want to wait until a certain amount of demo is done first because they charge so much per day after the first 10 days. I think it's like $25 a day. And, you know, an extra 30 days would be like, whoa, that actually added up to quite a bit. Got trash from this homestead. Obviously, there's going to be trash over there. A lot of that stuff's being gathered. Once the demo starts over there and a pile of trash appears, I'll get a dumpster dropped. We'll load that thing up as fast as we can and get it out. Other than that, I'm getting the electric company sending somebody over. So I'm meeting them early next week. It took me forever. I was on the hold 3 different departments of the electric company to try to get them to the right place. And finally got lined up for some sort of new service, and that took them 5 days to get a hold of me to actually schedule something. Got something set up for next week, so I'm going to go over there, meet him bright and early one morning, and we're going to go over getting that place connected to electric. I'm hoping he's telling me all I got to do is swap out the panel box, and he'll happily put a meter in there and go. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know if he's going to look at the house and be like, "Man, all these circuits are trash," and I'll be like, "Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not like putting any of them into the new panel box. I'll literally just put a 20 amp service connection outlet right on the face of the wall or something, and that be it." But I need power there to work on the place. I would do solar, but I have no plans for making that place to be fully off-grid. Maybe partially someday, off-grid ready, something like that. But yeah, I'm not gonna go too crazy on that if I ever sell it and somebody else wants to. It's a tough spot for solar because of how many trees there are. And not all the trees that are blocking the sun are on the property I owned or on a neighboring property. Plus, cutting a whole hillside of trees is just, I don't know. It's just not the most awesome thing ever. So that's what's been going on. That's what I've been up to. That's some of my future plans. Haven't made as many YouTube videos this week. Some of the things we've done would have made amazing YouTube videos. I don't know how these people that make YouTube videos and show them doing all the work, I don't know how they do it, because it takes so much time to edit and speed up footage and make sure you're saying or explaining enough stuff along the way. Like I just go from one project to the next and then grab the phone for 13.5 minutes and start talking about what happened or didn't happen, and that's just going to have to be the YouTube video. Like someday I can probably put some more effort into it, but actively building and changing stuff up and stopping and planning and thinking and preparing and getting everything to happen before like freezing weather comes, before I get that area boxed in. Not only is my electrical stuff not going to charge when it's below 32 degrees in there, but my water is going to freeze up. And I could bypass and drain out the propane water heater, but I like the idea of using the wood stove water heater in combination with the propane on demand, so that once the wood stove water is no longer warm enough, it'll switch to the propane. That's not actually how it works. It'll actually, yeah, as the water temperature drops from the wood stove, the propane one will kick it up. Anyway, basically I got a bunch of stuff that I absolutely have to get done. And there's supposed to be a garage that's built, and I'm thinking about changes to solar, where I'm putting it on the roof of the garage. I will definitely be putting some panels on the roof of the garage. It's not considered ideal for maintenance or even heat, because the cooler the panels run, the better. But I don't think all the panels are going on the roof. But I'm going to put some on there. for probably a little less than ideal angle. So I'm still thinking through all this. Different components. I want to do this system a little more permanent. I have some stuff that's fairly temporarily set up in this system. It's okay. It'll be fine for the next couple years if I need it to be, other than possibly this array blowing away. It just makes me nervous. It's probably fine. But the biggest thing that scares me around here is wind, high winds. And if you guys are ready, like, this thing is screws and washers. These are just deck screws. I check them somewhat regularly. I shake on the panels. Makes me kind of nervous. These are door hinges, screwed and then latched up into the groove. This entire thing's made out of wood, some of it old deck boards, some of it wood that's probably not gonna last forever. There's the ends. I'm you know, I'm okay for right now, but I am aware that this has a shelf life. These ends are definitely getting punky, and that's something I probably should address actually within the next 6 months. Just because if winds come and just happens to rip up one of these ends, now my fasteners are back there away from the rotten part, but I gotta address this stuff, because if the wind picks up one end and just starts ripping, it could just cascade the whole thing. So these are all the things I think about, plan, actually accomplish, and I have to meet my own timelines or it ain't gonna go well for me. Procrastination will absolutely destroy a homestead, and I just have to make sure I don't put too much stuff on my plate, that I don't stop to take care of some very important maintenance things and replace systems before they catastrophically fail. So that's it. That's this week's update on the Narrowway homestead. That's what's been going on. That's my future plans. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.